The legal drama is heating up as Judge Quentin Hicks steps into the spotlight with a major decision in the district court. Compassionate bail has been officially granted to fisherman Carl Raymond Trower, who is facing serious charges involving meth drug driving that resulted in a tragic death and multiple injuries. This high-stakes case has the community talking, and we have the latest updates on what this ruling means for the road ahead.
Looking for a fast-charging, ultra-responsive stylus for your iPad? Meet the 2X Fast Charge Active Stylus Pen, designed for 2018 to 2025 Apple iPads. Take your creativity and productivity to the next level. Click the link in the video description to shop now on Amazon.
Over on the court, the Slippery Rock University tennis team is absolutely crushing it. The white and green just dominated California University of Pennsylvania, with a massive 6-1 victory to close out their regular season in style. With an impressive 12-3 record and a guaranteed spot in the upcoming PSAC tournament, they are looking unstoppable as they prepare to face off against West Chester University. Think your favorite band is untouchable? Think again as we dive into 17 legendary acts and the albums where they lost their way. From the Rolling Stones stumbling with Goat's Head Soup to the Doors trading their edge for Cabaret and the Soft Parade, these iconic records capture artists in their most vulnerable and confused moments. We are breaking down the burnout, the failed reinventions, and the missed marks that forever changed the history of rock. Breaking news out of Rock Hill, where police have officially made an arrest in a deadly shooting investigation. 30-year-old D'aaron Colston is now facing murder charges in connection with the tragic death of 35-year-old Brandon Swilling, who was found on Flint Hill Street. As the investigation moves forward, we will keep you updated on the bond hearing scheduled for this Thursday. Make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Imagine a courtroom where the gavel feels heavier than usual, where the law meets the raw, uncomfortable reality of human tragedy. Today, we are looking at a complex decision handed down in the district court, where Judge Quentin Hicks has granted compassionate bail to Carl Raymond Trower. Trower, a local fisherman, is currently facing some incredibly serious charges: drug driving involving methamphetamine, an incident that tragically resulted in one death and left 2 others injured. It is the kind of case that polarizes a community, pitting the rigid requirements of justice against the nuanced, often messy reality of individual circumstances. Granting bail in a case of this magnitude is never a light decision, and it forces us to ask, what exactly does compassion mean when the stakes are this high? Is it a necessary acknowledgement of the legal process, or does it leave the victims' families feeling like justice has been delayed? As we track this story, we have to look past the headlines and consider the weight of the judge's bench. If you want to keep up with the deep dives into New Zealand's courtrooms and the stories that define our legal landscape, hit that subscribe button to join us for more. Ultimately, every ruling is a ripple in a much larger pond, and we are left wondering how these decisions will reshape the lives of everyone involved. What a way to go out. Senior Day is supposed to be about nostalgia, but for the Slippery Rock University tennis team, it was all about dominance. They didn't just walk off the court with a win. They absolutely dismantled California University of Pennsylvania, wrapping up their regular season with a resounding 6-1 victory. Coming off massive wins against Charleston and West Virginia Wesleyan, the Rock carried that momentum like a freight train, proving exactly why they've been the team to beat in this rivalry. In fact, this marks 10 straight wins against Cal, a streak that includes 9 shutouts. That is just total psychological warfare on the court. With a 12-3 record overall, they are now tied for the 6th best 15-match start in the history of the program, showing us that this isn't just a good year, it's a historic one. Everything started in doubles, where Slippery Rock swept the board. Nicole Kempton and Alicia Kivy set the tone with a 6-3 win, while both the pairs of Balaguer Brow and Slovak and Roadwold and Sakhanova cruised through their matches with identical 6-2 scores. The momentum didn't even blink when they transitioned to singles. Amya Balaguer Brow struck first, but it was sophomore standout Nadia Roadwold who really turned heads. A transfer from Grand Valley State, Roadwold has been essentially unbeatable this season, and she proved it again with a surgical 6-0 sweep. Kempton, Kivy, and Sakhanova rounded out the effort, ensuring that this senior day wasn't just a ceremony, but a statement. Finishing at 12-3, they've clearly elevated their game compared to last year's 15-10 run. Now, the real test begins as they shift their sights to the PSAC tournament. They've secured their playoff spot, and on April 28th, they'll host West Chester University right here at the SRU tennis courts. If you're a fan of high-stakes tennis, you absolutely cannot miss this postseason run. Do you think the Rock has what it takes to take the conference title this year? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Hit that subscribe button to keep up with all the action, and remember, in sports, momentum is everything, but championships are built on heart. Rock and roll history is paved with the golden road of masterpieces, but just beneath the surface lies a graveyard of almost albums. We're talking about the records where the magic didn't just fade, it misfired. Why does this happen? Usually, it's a cocktail of ego, exhaustion, or simply trying too hard to capture lightning in a bottle for the second or third time. Let's start with Yes and their 1978 outing, Tormato. The title was literally a pun about someone throwing a tomato at their promo poster. And honestly, that's all you need to know. It was the sound of prog rock titans running out of steam, trading celestial synths for something that sounded dangerously like plastic. Then you have the Doors. By the time they hit the soft parade, Jim Morrison was deep in his own personal storm, and the result was The Doors Go Vegas, full of brass and strings that just drowned out their signature menace. Even the greats aren't immune. Paul McCartney's London Town, a bit too polite, a bit too safe. The Rolling Stones' Goat's Head Soup, a hazy, bloated hangover following the absolute peak of exile on Main Scent. And don't get me started on Oasis. Be Here Now was the definition of excess, bloated production and songs that stretched on until you forgot why you were listening in the first place. But here's the thing. These flawed records are actually fascinating. They're snapshots of human beings caught in the transition between legend and burnout. Whether it's Metallica and Lou Reed's baffling Lulu collision or the heavy-handed production that smothered the Baiads' harmonies on their later work, these albums prove that creativity isn't a straight line. Sometimes, the failure is just as revealing as the success. It forces us to ask, when does a band stop evolving and start merely existing? Check out the link in the description for our full breakdown of these 17 albums, and let me know in the comments. Is there a failed album you secretly love, or is some music just meant to be forgotten? Don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into the weirdest corners of music history. Until next time, keep listening, because even the misfires have a story to tell. Tragedy has struck the Rock Hill community, leaving many searching for answers after a deadly shooting that claimed a life in broad daylight. Police have finally made an arrest in the case, bringing a measure of closure, though the pain for those affected remains far from over. The incident took place last Friday morning around 11 a.m. on Flint Hill Street, where authorities discovered 35-year-old Brandon Swilling suffering from multiple gunshot wounds. Despite the efforts of first responders, he could not be saved. It is truly chilling to think of such violence occurring in a residential neighborhood right in the middle of a Friday morning. Now, investigators have confirmed the arrest of 30-year-old D'aaron Colston, who is currently facing charges for the murder of Brandon Swilling. As the investigation moves into the courtroom, a bond hearing for Colston is scheduled for this coming Thursday. It's a sobering reminder of how quickly a life can be taken and how justice must now begin to navigate the long, difficult road ahead. If you have any further information regarding this case, please reach out to the local authorities immediately. What do you think about the rising trend of violence in our communities? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more updates on this developing story. In the end, we are reminded that behind every headline is a family left to pick up the pieces.